Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so there's a guy on social media who's thrown himself into this whole J Prince, Rap a Lot, Pimp C, Takeoff, Death thing, man. Now, to clarify this, I recently did a video where I talked about this guy on the right here, right? And what he did is he made some videos on social media that are going viral. And he's saying that he is a friend of Pimp C, known him his whole life prior to him passing away, and talked about Pimp C's death and who he found responsible, and also talked about, Takeoff's death, man, and went into detail about what he feels like went down. Now, he's also made another video, and this time he's aiming not only at Jay Prince, but he is aiming at Bun B and is talking about Bun B in saying that he isn't what he claims to be. Now, before we get to the specifics and talk about all the details, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now Bun B is one half of the hip hop group UGK. The other half, Pimp C, passed away, and it was a big hit to hip hop, right? Especially Southern hip hop, because his sound and the way that he delivered his music, man, is probably top tier compared to any other Southern artist. You know what I mean? On the producer side of the game, UGK had their own unique sound, and they hooked up with Rap a Lot and started to do their thing in music, right? Now, Bun B has always been one of these guys who has been heralded as a top tier lyricist. You know what I mean? And he comes off a bit abrasive at times and kind of carries on this gangster persona. Now, we've seen Bun B in later years starting to lighten up, man. Like starting to actually show a little bit more of his softer side, I should say, because of his relationships and business relationships out there, right? He's gotten older as a person and matured, obviously, as a man, right? He's got his Trill burgers. They're doing wonderful, man. He was actually voted like the best hamburger out there or something like that. So dude is really doing some positive things out here in the community. And when I say the community, I'm talking about in his community of Houston, right? Well, there's a guy who claims to have been a good friend of Pimp C's growing up and says that he knows Bun B and is really out here dissing Bun B heavy. And when I say heavy, I mean like really, really going at Bun B. Now, this is on the heels of this same guy making a viral video where he says that he's going to see Jay Prince locked up. Like, that's his goal. He wants to see Jay Prince locked up. And he really threw his hat in the ring as far as this Takeoff situation is going. But for some reason, this same guy is on Bun B's heels. And he dropped a video recently where he was dissing Bun B. And if you want to take a look at the guy, it's this guy right here, as you see in this picture right here. Now, he also put out a video where he pretty much went off on Bun B. I'm going to keep it real, man. So let's take a look at this video and break this down as well.
Say, man, it's time out for all this lying and going on, okay? So
now, to start it off, you see the caption that he put on this video. It says, Bun B from UGK is a studio gangster. Now, for those of you who don't know what a studio gangster is, that's a term that used to be used. It's a fairly derogatory term for somebody who grew up a different way and then they go into the studio and now they're a gangster. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're one thing in the street, then you jump in the booth, and all of a sudden you're the biggest gangster in the world. Now, we know that this happens a lot. Like, we know that lyrics aren't as serious as people used to think they were. When growing up, you used to think like people thought that 50 Cent was the biggest gangster in the world, right? You just believed that. Maybe he was, maybe that's a bad example. But other rappers, you kind of understood that, yeah, this could possibly only be rap, as you get older, right? And with UGK and with their message, it seemed like they were more on passing the message and telling stories of things that happened. That seemed more like their motif. So I couldn't really classify Bun B as a studio gangster, even though he does talk tough on people at times. But man, let's let this guy rock out.
I'm finna hit y'all with the real right now so you'll know what's going on, okay? I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, and I grew up with Bernard Freeman. Y'all know him as Bun B from UGK, okay? Bun B is not the man you think he is. He's not the gangster that you think he is, okay? Bun B came from a good family. Bun B older brother that he has portrayed to the world as though he was a gangster. Bun B older brother is a bandit and a...
Now, for those of you who missed that part, he basically is talking about Bun B's upbringing and saying that he came from a good family, similar to like the 8 Mile scene where, Clarence lives at home with both parents, that type of deal, right? And he's saying that, his older brother, who he's referenced in a lot of songs. Like Bun B has talked about his older brother getting locked up. They had one bar where he was like, I'm going in and he's going out of jail. I remember that specifically. And I think he even references that. But man, he's saying that he really wasn't a gangster like that. And that image that he put in the music is not even what his brother was either. So let's check this out because he goes a little deeper here.
And when his brother went to prison, they gave him the nickname Peaches, okay?
Whoa, Peaches? I mean, maybe. I mean, that's an odd nickname for a gangster, you know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
You ain't gotta believe me. You can fact check if you want to, but his brother named Peaches that was taken from youngsters in the prison system, okay?
Now, I am no way confirming what he's saying here. And, a little bit had to get blocked out because he was making some egregious accusations there about Bun B's older brother and how he behaved in jail. So let's continue.
So, and then you remember when Bun B did that song, look like when he coming out, I'm going in? He talking about Peaches, man. He wasn't talking about no real cat man coming out on the street hustling, you know what I'm saying, ripping the hood or something. He talking about Peaches, man.
Now, this is wild, man, because a lot of fans, this is gonna mess with their perception of that song, to be real with you. But let's be honest, man. At this point, when you have the Gunna situation, we have a lot of things going on in hip-hop. You have Charleston White exposing rappers left and right. You got other people exposing rappers left and right. I mean, we all should be on the same accord and understand that most of these lyrics, and outside of drill, for some reason, it seems like they really be doing a lot of what they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? As odd as that is, because it's probably the most wild genre or subgenre of hip hop there is. But man, with everybody else, who sort of gangster rap or whatnot, most of us understand that they ain't doing none of that stuff, man. They ain't about none of that. They ain't living none of that life. So I'm not sure if this really matters, especially at the level that Bun B is in his career. He's already made a transition out the rap game to where when he comes back, it's a blessing. He just jumps on the track, murders the beat, gives you a good 16, and blesses whoever's an up-and-coming rapper who needs his assistance, right? But let's continue.
And Bun B never been to prison at all. He never been in no trouble or anything. Bun B is the fakest cat in the world, okay? So stop all that Bun B, man, all that gangster talk, man, when you ain't did nothing.
Man, so dude is going straight at Bun B's head, basically painting this picture that Bun B, a lot of the lyrics that he was talking about, especially like the stuff where he was talking about his older brother was really known in the jail as Peaches.
Bruh.
And that, his life is all cap. Now, when you look at Bun B and you really think about the lyrics that he puts down, the dedication it takes to be that level of an elite MC, I mean, it should come as no surprise, to be real, man. Because let's be real, man. Bun B, when you see him lately, he seems like a nicer guy, you know what I mean? Especially with his new restaurant and stuff like that, when you see him on Good Morning America. So I'm not sure if any of this matters, to be real with you, Maybe if he's trying to still talk like a tough guy or something like that, or try to put himself out there like he's a tough guy, people might call it shot. But in the greater scheme of things, I don't think this matters that much. But this guy who's going viral for a lot of things that he's saying and his relationship allegedly with Pimp C, he's definitely on Bun B's heels. I don't know what Bun B did to him or made him mad, but he just threw him in the mix with everybody else because he recently dissed Jay Prince and talked a lot about that as well, man. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this, man. Is this dude just clout chasing? Or is it a possibility that a lot of this stuff he's been speaking lately is truth, and that's why it's going viral? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.